Um, I think it was a difficult game, more difficult than we wanted. I also think that we started with a lot of good intentions, with intentions to score. A goal disallowed that could have changed the outcome of the game. So, in terms of that, the opponent came to play football, it was directly visible that it would be not too much. We also didn't give them the opportunity to play football because in the defensive way or the switch to defense to win the ball directly if we lost it, it was good. We defended in their build-up. They didn't have a lot of attacks towards our goal. Yes, we didn't play most of the time in a higher tempo that we wanted to play. So that made it more difficult. Some of the choices were not the easiest one from players of us, which also comes, I think, from a positive side that they want to help the team and give the most accurate or most dangerous pass. But at some moments, and especially in this kind of games, when you meet a team that only comes to defend, and during the game more and more goes down, you need to keep it to the simple choices. Okay, well, that's as you said, it's your opinion. I think if you look a little bit closer and try to see what we are doing, then there is progress. I also think that you are very negative, and that you are also not rewarding the players with the efforts that they are doing, and that you are not looking at what an opponent tries to bring against Maccabi Tel Aviv. Well, I think we did that also in previous games. So if you paid attention to that, then you could have seen that. But also against Linz and the game before, we finished the game with 2 strikers. And there are some things that I don't believe in. And okay, that are my choices. And I think also with the players that we have, there are opportunities to still play from the same formation, but with a different type of players that give you or more attacking qualities or more organizing qualities. So that are the choices I make. Yeah, no, next time I will take the microphone and explain that he was injured and that the doctor or the physio told me at the end of halftime that it was becoming more stiff during halftime. But Gabi wanted to try and see how he can. But at the first sprint, you could see that he couldn't bring his full speed and that he started some moments to limp. So it was not smart for us also looking at the games coming to continue with him. Yeah, for me it's unacceptable. A player is not fit to play for his team, so he cannot be called up. I also think that the communication from the federation is totally wrong. It starts with the doctor calling the player, not the manager calling the manager of Maccabi Tel Aviv and to find out what is the situation with the players, how are you approaching it. And I think that the decision that has been taken now by the federation to call up the player is not the correct one. Because we were in the, first of all, we were in Austria, so Idan was here, and because of the quicker progress than we expected, we let him train with the under-19 to see where he would be, and then to assess him on the moment that we have the Saturday training where we are preparing for the game and to see how far he really is. In that training session, I noticed some moments that he was not going full into dealing with other players or to go around the injured shoulder and to do it with the other one. So I think that you're then not fit to play. And also if our team doctor says, listen, Patrick, if you would play him or if you would select him, you would take a risk yourself and he could be out for the long term. Because if it happens a second time, then you don't have him. So with that in mind, I took the decision not to use him this weekend, to prepare him this week. Because after the national team break, we have 3 games in a row and we need to be fit for that with all players. And I think that now the national team takes the risk that we don't want to take, which shouldn't have been taken by the federation also. They should have believed the doctor of Maccabi Tel Aviv with the advice given after the federation spoke to the player directly, which is also not correct. Yeah, well, yeah. But on Friday morning we arrived early. I think everybody slept. And we had a session in the afternoon, which was not a session to test Nachmias, but to recover and to have the group together that would be able to play on Sunday. From what I said, from the first moment, there hasn't been communication to the management of Maccabi Tel Aviv, to Barak Itzraki, to check what is the situation of the player. The doctor called directly the player. The player, of course, wants to play for the national team, and they should want to play for the national team. But we as a club are thinking of the games ahead, and we think that the risk was or is there for him to get the same injury again if he falls. We have again 2 players back in the squad that give competition to the others, so that is good for us. And I think that Eyal still needs to get his shape. But today was the first time that he could smell the stadium again and be part of an official game, not a training game. So yes, I'm happy with that, and I'm happy also that the rest of the team is close to fit. Yeah, okay, I don't care. I didn't hear them when Osama scored from the throw-in or when we scored from in other games from the throw-in, so against Karaganda, etc. So it is a weapon that you try to use. It's a quality, and it's a quality that we are not the only team that is using it. If you put the ball in, yes, there need to be a fight for the one that is receiving the ball. That's clear. But I think it's an extra weapon, and we will keep using it. It's at least a positive feeling giving birth normally. As I said in the beginning, if we would have scored in the beginning, I think there would have followed more goals. The opponent became more defensive, so it became more difficult. Our tempo went down, which should have been more higher instead of going down, and to keep it with the simple choices. We work on it. We try to find these moments in training to approach match situations, and we keep working on it. But yes, at this moment, it looks difficult. But we still are creating moments to score, and I think also that soon individual qualities of players will get back into shape and there will be more confidence. In future games, you mean? Well, I think a few weeks ago we had the same question, let's say similar about Shachar Pivan, a younger version of Sheran Yeni, let's say like this, that can play also more positions. Okay, Sheran has his experience, and today I choose that over other players to play with the experience in the center, especially because we expected a more defensive opponent. So that was a little bit my decision to bring Sharon back to the line. You're welcome.